Hello, today we are excited to share with you a list of things that we have figured out that I won't say can't live without, but that we like to have as far as in our RV life. So obviously there's two major setups and teardowns that happen every time that we move the RV and that we move sites. So we set up and tear down the inside, which is going to be a different video. We set up and tear down the outside, and so there are certain things that we have to do, certain things that we have to set up. And through 2 years of doing that on a weekly basis, we move quite often. We move way more often than most full-time RV people because our schedule is driven by our ministry. And so we set up and tear down a lot. And so we've kind of come up with a list of things that we won't do without, that have become necessities to us for setting up a campsite wherever we go.
Yeah, so the first thing on that list for us is our Chocks. So that is something that we put on every time we set up. So we're going to take you out and show you the Chocks. All right, so here are the Chocks. These provide great stability for us when we're stationary. They also secure the wheels, they chock the wheels. But for us, it's more about the movement that we feel inside the RV. Simple to put in. You just put it between the wheels and tighten it up. Tighten it up, it pinches the wheels and limits movement.
All right, the next thing is our Watchdog. So this is our big surge protector, is basically what it is. One of our most used and appreciated items. Yeah.
It's one of those things that you don't need it till you need it, and then if you don't have it when you need it, it's bad news. So
yes,
we'll take you out and show you a little bit about the Power Watchdog.
All right, this is our Hughes Auto Farmer Power Watchdog, otherwise known as a surge protector to people with simple language like me. But this is my job in the outside setup. So the first thing we do when we get to a campsite is I grab this and come plug it in. So every campsite has a box. The surge protector plugs straight into the 50 amp outlet plug, where I push on the power and wait for the light to light up. So when this light lights up, then we know that we have a good connection, and then I can plug our RV into the bottom.
And one of the things we love about the Power Watchdog is it's not just a surge protector, it's also EPO, which means it's going to cut everything off if there are other issues with the power. The thing that I love about it is the app. The app provides great information at the tip of your fingers.
All right, next two items we're going to do together. So it's our water hoses and our pressure regulator. I don't know a whole lot about these things.
Both of these are pretty important. The pressure regulator that we use, we love, and so we want to show you a little bit about that. And hoses, you got to have hoses everywhere you go, and we found some that we really like, so we're going to share those with you here. All right, if I was going to give an RVer a must-have item, this would be for sure probably the top of my list, and that is the water pressure regulator. So on this particular one, it not only regulates it, but with this screw right here, I can increase or decrease the amount of water pressure that it's allowing into the RV. So I have this set at 60 psi. That's what I'm comfortable with. You may want to dial it down a little bit, whatever you're comfortable with. But I can dial it up, I can dial it down, and as long as the park provides enough pressure, I can get that much pressure. Oftentimes you get a static regulator and you're going to get the same pressure all the time. If the park provides 80, you're only going to get 50. We like to be able to get a little bit more pressure if possible. Every good setup for RV comes with hoses. You've got to have at least one hose, obviously, that provides your water for the rig. For us, we like to have another one set up for our black tank flush so that that's ready to go when we need it. We love these 0G hoses. They're easy to store. I actually have two 25-foot, 150-foot, and 100-foot that we carry with us everywhere. That may seem like overkill, but when you get to a place where you need extra hose, you want to have it so that you can have water. So we use these hoses all the time. They're easy to store, and we love them.
Okay, next item is an interesting item. Again, it's one of those things that you don't need until you really need. It's our Rhino Tote. A lot of you are probably asking yourselves right now, what is a Rhino Tote? Well, we call it the poop tote.
Or the turd tote, depending on the day. So, depends on how immature we're feeling at the moment.
Yes, so it's our thing that helps with our waste management.
And really, we use it mostly for our gray water. It would have to be a pretty extreme emergency to use it for our black water, I'll tell you the truth. So,
we've learned though that we can go a little while without dumping our black tank. We are not very good at going a little while without dumping our gray. So,
we are not good water management examples.
We'll show you more.
Yeah, so here's the Rhino Tote. All right, so we keep our Rhino Tote in the back of the truck. It's strapped in here, it's not going anywhere. It's easily accessible when we need it, but it's not the easiest thing to get in and out, and so we just left it here for the purpose of this video. We have the largest version. They make about 4 different sizes. We have the 36-gallon version that does everything we need, and it's handy to have when you need it. Here's a picture of us pulling it through the campground.
All right, next up, we're gonna move to some items that are on the outside and part of our outside setup, but aren't a part of our utilities. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah, they're part of, to make living easier at a campground.
Yes, and part of what we use to make outdoor living space. When the weather's nice outside, it's nice to have some outdoor living space to extend our 400 square feet and give people another place to sit. And so these are items that are part of the outside setup, but that we use. And so first up, we're going to talk about our favorite chairs. Well, I say favorite. I guess that's debatable. Kevin has a love-hate relationship with these chairs.
I have a hate-hate relationship most of the time.
Well, they're comfortable chairs, but they do retain heat because of the way they're made, and you'll see that. So we're going to talk about our chairs
and they take up a lot of room in the storage underneath the RV.
Yes. So
that would make up hate. But I do enjoy sitting in them occasionally.
So we'll talk about we'll show you our chairs and then our rug, because a good rug is often a very underestimated necessity for making a good campsite. And we have brought ours through the ringer, just in all of the taking up and setting up and taking down that we've done, and it's still doing great.
So take a look at our chairs that we really like and our rug.
Okay. These are our favorite chairs and our rug. So this rug is 9 by 12, so 9 feet by 12 feet, which makes it a great size for us being all around and together and sitting chairs around it. This is a GlampLife rug that we have used for 2 years, and it's been great. So we've really liked it.
You have to be careful when you're at campgrounds. If they have grass, they don't like you to put your rug on the grass. So it will kill the grass if it's covering up the grass. But we love being able to set up. Oftentimes we have it at our doorsteps. That way we have somewhere to not track junk in the RV.
To get some of the stuff off our feet. So, and then these are the chairs. These are called club chairs. We will link these chairs. You can get them on Amazon, at Camping World, different places, but you can see what we're talking about. They're just big enough with a seat to be comfortable to sit in.
But they do retain heat, and this particular version, so we have 2 others that were an earlier version. We added these more recently. The first version had cup holders on them, and this version does not.
Yep.
Not sure why they changed that, but
it had the little netting.
Yeah, if you can find the ones that have the cup holder, I recommend those.
Yeah, it's handy to be able to have that there. So, anyway.
All right, next on our list is our Blackstone Griddle. And I cannot tell you, this probably makes our necessity list for everything. We use this thing all the time.
We absolutely love the Blackstone, so take a look outside at the Blackstone. Our Blackstone is in the outdoor kitchen right here. Super handy to have the quick connect for the gas right there. Hook up the gas and you're ready to go. These slides are very nice. Just careful when you're making your smash burgers. You don't want to press down too hard. You might break something.
Okay, next up on our list of things that is outside is our map. And we started not to include this. I started not to include this in our discussion of things outside. But it's one of the probably most sentimental aspects of this season of our life is the map. And it tells the story of our journey. And so we have a map that we have on the side of our slide. And our rules are that you have to stay in the state and spend time in the state to be able to put the sticker up. So here's our map.
Okay, here's our map that we told you about. So this is on one of our slides that comes out. It came in a couple of different pieces. So the big map, this is the one of Canada, obviously, in the United States. And then each state comes as a sticker. So this is all stickers. And then as we pass through and stayed in the states, we could put them on in their spot. So we've added all 48 of the U.S. states. All 48 of the continental. We still have these two left, Alaska and Hawaii. But then we've also added a couple of the Canadian provinces, and we'll get to soon add 2 more.
All right, and the final thing on our list of things to set up camp, the Starlink.
The girls would say this was the most important one.
By far the thing that gets requested the most. If I forget it,
yep,
we can go without chairs. The girls might never know that we were missing them.
Depending on the week.
The Starlink, I'll hear about it within the first 10 minutes if it's not up. And so we'll share with you a little bit about how we manage the Starlink at the campsite. Okay, so we're outside here at the Starlink. This is one of the most important things for our family. It gets us internet wherever we go. So the first thing we have to do is find where the north sky is. Sometimes if we have a clear view, we'll place it on the ground. Sometimes I'll take it up and put it on top of the RV, just wherever we can get the best, clearest view of the northern sky. That way we have the best signal possible. But with 75 feet of cable, you can put it pretty much wherever you want. And then we run it back to our slide. And for us, this is how we've chosen to get our Starlink cable inside the RV. We simply pull back the gasket and slide it in through the bottom. It's an easy way to get it in and out. It's still waterproof, but we haven't had to drill any holes or make any modifications to the cable, which is not easy to do. We choose the easy route.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in and sticking around to watch all of the things that help us make our campsite home and our RV home. The things that we have found to be our necessities for doing this life well. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel. That way you get notifications and things of the rest of our videos as they come up. Also, we'd love to hear in the comments about what your favorite item is for your RV. Maybe you'd add something to our list, something we didn't think of, something else that you think is a necessity. We'd love to hear about it, so make sure to tell us.
Let us know if you're going to run out and buy any of the things that we've mentioned today.